Richie Pop, come on, let's go.
Welcome back to the Fallon Forum. I'd like to welcome Kathy Burns to the program for what might be a bit of a sad segment, but we need to talk about this. Our beloved cat, also a member of our farm team, passed away last week.
Yes, and it was a beautiful passing in some ways. She was a really good cat. Ed mentioned she was part of our household, kind of like a family member, part of our farm team. And she had some funny quirks, as all cats do. But I think the very first thing we should tell about Ed, you were with her when she was very tiny. Yeah. She had a very interesting entrance into this life.
Some of her quirks may be attributable to her initial, our initial rapport, I think. I mean, I got her when she was 10. She was, first of all, she was born on Gandhi's birthday, I like to say, October 2nd, 2007, for what that's worth. Deal. And her mom was hit by a car when she was pregnant. And when she went to deliver the kittens, every one of them was born dead except for Mika. Mika was the only cat in that litter born alive. And so we got the cat and the kitten. And the kitten at that point, I remember carrying her around in the palm of my hand. She was so small. And then I would put her on my shoulder. She would learn how to ride on my shoulder, and she learned how to drink from a sink, and that's all she ever wanted to do. So yeah, she was quirky.
I have seen other cats drink from sinks, but I've not seen many cats ride on the shoulder. That's usually a parrot.
Well, I know, but she would go for, I'd walk a mile. I mean, I wouldn't walk across the country with her, but...
Well, when you and I first started dating, she would walk around the block with us a little bit, and eventually we were taking ballroom dance class, and you had her on your shoulder, and we danced. I think it was a 4-count swing for a little bit.
Yeah, and you know, and she was an indoor-outdoor cat, and you know, she really valued the outdoor part, and we really valued having her be outdoors because she was good at controlling animals that wanted to eat our gardens.
Well, that's why on our Birds and Bees Urban Farm webpage, she's listed as a team member, and now we have to, you know, put a little in memoriam for her.
And I know some people won't like to hear this, but she was really good at controlling rabbits. And I remember one year, not too many years ago, I think she feasted on 24. That's a lot of rabbits.
Then she went into retirement when she started to age a little bit.
But that was just last year.
About a year ago, she just sort of wasn't doing that anymore. And we could tell that she was getting a little slower. For instance, she could have, if there were an Olympic event for going in and out of doors as many times as you can in a 2-minute period, she would have gotten the gold in that.
My best was the time that she was winding to come in the back door, ran through the house to the front door, and whined to go out. I mean, literally just a straight shot. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Well, it's part of a cat's tendency to want to have their people do whatever they bid them to do.
Wrapped around the finger, so to speak. Right?
I was really glad, Ed, when we started dating, because I've always been a cat person. I was glad that Mika accepted me. That meant a lot to me because I thought, if the cat doesn't like me, I'm out.
Well, she slept on your side of the bed.
It's because I sleep near the door.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
I think that we've proven that. I could tell when I was getting to know Mika too that she hadn't been around a lot of little children growing up because they terrified her. Her eyes would get big if little ones came in the room. She would find a way out. She used to not be as sociable with other people, but as she aged, she seemed to warm up to guests, and even when we'd have some house parties sometimes, she might stay in the room for a little while before finding her quiet spot upstairs.
And so maybe, she died,
January 31st.
January 31st, okay. Interestingly, for what it's worth, the day after Gandhi died. So anyway, I'm just realizing that now. I mean, that means nothing, but I just thought it was interesting. So she's not, there's no connection to Gandhi at all, other than the birthday. But she started, even in late October, like October 29th, I think we have a video of her playing with the stuffed toy mouse.
The one that Rosie and Dolly, the grandkids, helped me make.
So she was fairly doing well until just fairly recently, and very grateful for our veterinarian Kim Holding who also does promote or visits on this program. But besides that, I mean, she's really did a fantastic job at just making sure Mika had her shots. And then when she was starting to go downhill, she really, you know, looked after her well and gave us some instructions as to how to manage the cat in hospice. And that that was an interesting experience, but it went, again, really well.
Well, that was interesting for me. I've been with cats when they've died. I've been with dogs when they've died. I've been with people, not at the moment of death, but on their way. And what Mika was doing looked very familiar, but it was peaceful. That was the nice thing. Not everybody that I've seen die had a very peaceful passing. And she did.
She had a few moments where she was in pain. I mean, I remember the very last moment, I was in the other room reading, and I heard her like cry out. And we came in, and we were there with her. She died maybe 10 minutes later.
When you say in, you mean right here in this room, right under where I'm sitting.
This is where she chose to be, actually. Literally right under where Kathy is sitting. And little known fact.
She's not still there.
She's not there. No. Little known fact, we taped 2 programs with the guests sitting above where Mika was hospicing. Which is
thank
a little...
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Mark.
Right.
It was really kind of you to just be accepting. And they were just lovely about the fact that that's where Mika was, and she had chosen that, and we had a quiet space in here for her.
Anyway, we'll miss her. We don't know what we'll do about rabbits going forward.
I'm not going to eat them.
No, they will definitely... I mean, we'll see what happens, but hopefully... There'll be plenty of other food for them to eat, and they won't. I mean, we don't mind rabbits and other animals taking a little bit of food, but when they take the entire crop, that's going too far.
Anyway. We're going to miss Mika.
Bye, Mika.
Something powerful.
Thanks, Kathy, for joining us. Thanks to our callers today and to our production team of Sherry Herdina, Forrest Detterman, Charles Goldman, Kathy Burns, and myself, Ed Fallon. Thanks to our local small business partners, including Gateway Marketing Cafe, Architecture by Synthesis, Story County Veterinary Clinic, Western Optometry, Groovy Goods, and Dr. David Drake Family Psychiatry. Thanks also to our nonprofit partners, Bold, Iowa, and Birds and Bees Urban Farm. And remember, your support for this program matters a lot. Go to the Fallon Forum website to learn more about how you can make a difference. Again, thanks again. We'll be back next week with another hour of cutting-edge talk radio. Okay, we've had enough dancing. Bye-bye.